So I just watched Anora, written and directed by Sean Baker. So I've never actually seen a Sean Baker movie before, and I didn't really know that much about the film before going into it. I just heard good things from other reviewers, and so it was already on my watch list. But then when it actually won Best Picture, I did go ahead and bump it up so I'd watch it sooner. And now that I've finally seen it, I can say it was decent. If I'm being honest, I didn't really get the hype. Like, this did not feel like a Best Picture winner to me. Like, this felt like, I guess I can best describe it as a things happen kind of movie. Like, one of those movies where you just watch it and you go, oh, that happened. This is happening now, and this is happening, alrighty. Like, when you look at something like The Substance, that doesn't really fit with the type of Best Picture winner that usually wins, but at the very least, that was like about something deeper. It had this whole like message to it. This one might have, maybe I just missed it, but I didn't really pick up on one if I'm being honest. Now, I will say this was not like a bad movie. There was good cinematography. The atmosphere, I think, was good. The acting was good. And yeah, the best performance in the movie was definitely Mikey Madison. Again, I will admit I don't know if I'd say she necessarily deserved to win Best Actress over someone like Demi Moore, but she still gave a good performance. I'm not going to say she didn't. And this is the biggest reason I didn't like the movie. The first hour was a lot. Like, okay, I already get uncomfortable with sex scenes and nudity in movies, but like this one just had so much of it in the first hour. Like I almost turned off the movie at certain points. I'm gonna admit that. And also, but okay, even in that first hour though, I will admit Mikey Madison and Mark Schlein. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. They had good chemistry during this part of the movie. I will admit that. But another thing that kind of dragged this hour of the movie down for me, I did not like Yvonne's friends. They were annoying. I didn't really know what I was supposed to get out of them. I was like, every time they're on screen, I was like, please don't be on screen. Just go back to the two people I actually care about. And I will admit, even though I didn't really like that first hour, the second hour was much more entertaining. Like, it was funny. There were a lot of like crazy zany antics in it. It had a great energy to it. And again, I have to shout out the three actors who were really great in this part. Karen Karagulian, Vache Toramsian, and Yara Borisov. Again, very sorry if I'm mispronouncing those. They were all great in that part, and them and Mikey Madison were a huge part of why I liked the second half of the movie so much. But still, like the dramatic elements, even in this section of the film, weren't really that impactful for me, and I just felt kind of perplexed at multiple points throughout both the first half and the second half. Like, the character relationships, even in this part, were not that well defined. Like, multiple points I was kind of questioning, like, do Yvonne and Mikey Madison really like each other, or is this kind of like a put on in for both of them? It was hard for me to tell, and as a result, I wasn't really like able to, even though they had good chemistry, I wasn't really able to get into their relationship too much. And I also kind of thought the same for other characters' relationships in this movie. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like, I am sure there might be a deeper meaning to this. It is entirely possible. Who knows? Maybe I just didn't pick up on this deeper meaning, but for me at least, I couldn't really get into any of the relationships that much because I couldn't tell if the characters really cared about each other or not. Now, look, again, I will say the film as a whole is good for like a one time watch. And I would honestly rewatch the second hour of this movie again because I did enjoy it. It's just the first half of this movie that really drags it down for me. And I am glad other people enjoyed it. I'm glad this is a movie a lot of people really connected with. This is just something that I can definitively say was not for me. And I'm going to give Anora a C. So those are my thoughts on Anora. Be sure to let me know what you thought about the film down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more reviews like this in the future. And on that note, I will see you next time. Have a great day.